So I think you just have to really kind of decide what's your vision for this quarter and where do you want to put your time and your energy, and know that if you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So pick what's best for you, going back to either your revenue goal or your vision for the quarter. What feels most aligned with you, and that's what you're going to want to pursue. Welcome to the Product Boss Podcast, where we're dedicated to helping product-based business owners turn into revenue-generating, successful, happy product bosses. I'm Jacqueline Snyder.
And I'm Mina Kunlo-Sitep. Together through digital courses, coaching, and masterminds, we've helped over 50,000 students from startup to multi-million-dollar businesses scale their sales while blending in their dream life.
It gets lonely out there in the product business world. We fully believe a business shouldn't be built alone. There's room at the top for all of us.
So let's get scrappy and creative together, Product Boss, to be profitable, make more sales, and grow your visibility.
Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hey, Product Boss. Now, how amazing would it be if you had an all-in-one CRM that could help you keep everything organized in one place so that you can execute, automate, and stay focused on your customers? That's exactly what the new HubSpot Sales Hub does. Your data, tools, and team, if you have one, are all visible inside a CRM that keeps your data organized and encourages endless integration. HubSpot Sales Hub provides one single place where you can send emails, answer questions, personalize a customer's experience to increase loyalty, and accomplish everything on your to-do list all in less time. Plus, AI-powered tools like predictive forecasting will help you streamline a ton of manual tasks. This is so needed, especially in your busy time of year, Product Boss. And here, the best part is it's so easy to use. It gives you a simple and powerful view into every aspect of your business so you can continue to focus on what matters most, your products and your customers. With Sales Hub, closing deals is no big deal. Try the world's smoothest CRM at HubSpot.com/sales. Hey friends. All right. Well, the holidays are quickly approaching. And as product-based business owners, you know that this is the busiest time of year. Now, whether or not it is your season for your products, we still know that customers have their wallets in hand, they're ready to spend, and they are going to buy. They're going to buy things for gifts. They're going to buy deals. They're going to buy things they don't even need. They're going to buy things for hosting and entertainment. They're going to buy all the things. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that you feel ready and prepared. And we're going to help you today, kind of workshop style, to create a business plan for the holiday season.
Yeah, we are right at basically the end of Rock Your Holiday Promotions Challenge. We've had thousands of people go through. We've had hundreds of people join Multi-Stream Machine. It's been so super exciting. You only have one more day to join. So if you're listening to this in real time, make sure you join. And I think this holiday plan could be a really great way for everybody that's jumped into Multi-Stream Machine to really think about what's upcoming for them. It's so super exciting on how much money they can make in the holiday season when they're ready to go get it and be prepared.
So we're going to create this business plan for quarter 4, which is October, November, and December. So the first step in this workshop style planning session we're going to do with all of you. So if you are driving, you might want to listen to this and then come back with a notebook and write it down and plan with us. Okay. So step number 1 is set your revenue goals. So I know so many of our students in our community have said they've never ever set goals. They just kind of go willy-nilly into the world and hope something sells, but they don't actually have goals to work against. So what we love to do is we love to set a good, better, best goal. And so we're going to set that right now for your Q4. So Mina, let's talk about good, better, and best.
Yeah, I love doing this good, better, best exercise because I think that you're exactly right. Most people will not set their goals or they're just not used to setting their goals. And they will think, I'm just going to see what happens. And a lot of times when you see what happens, it's not as effective as if you actually set a goal and worked your way towards it. It's like having a target, you know? And so the way that we work towards that target or set the target, because it becomes easier to get the result that you want when you have the target in mind, we do it by good, better, best, meaning that good is good, better is even better, and best is like, wow, you knocked your own socks off. you know? So let's start with good goal. Usually we start with a good goal because it's what you match. Our recommendation is what you match for the last holiday season. So what did you make during the last holiday season? And could you match what you did last year? Right?
Yeah. And if you have not sold or you weren't in business last holiday season, then you're going to pick a number that you think is reasonable of revenue that you think you could bring in over those 3 months. So that's what good is. So best we usually say is like it could be like double what you did
Yes.
last year.
In a stretch. Like double. And if double doesn't feel like a stretch, you aren't stretching yourself enough.
So
It
let's
should
say you
feel
did
like a stretch.
so let's say you did $10,000 last year over the quarter. And so your good goal would be I'm going to do another 10,000. And then best might be double. So let's say you say it's 20,000. And your better goal can be somewhere in the middle. So I'd say 15,000, right? So when you're thinking about this
Mhm.
now, if you're $100,000 business, same idea. $100,000 last quarter, best would be $200,000 in the end of the year, and middle would be 150,000. So pick your numbers. You sold $100 worth of stuff, 150, 200. Like pick your number, pick what's best for you. Your best goal makes you feel a little bit pukey and sick and scared. Like, I have no idea how that's going to happen. But we just want you to put it out there in the world and then see what you can work towards, see what magic you can make happen, see what opportunities you can create for yourself, see if there's another sales channel you can add on, right? Like, what can you do if you're serious about hitting this goal? What can you do to actually reach past your good goal and try and hit your better or your best goal?
Right. And doesn't that feel good actually having a target in mind? Because now you know what numbers that you have and you can just do the math. Okay, this week I made, or this month in October, I made this much. In November, I made this much. In December, I made this much. And you're able to chip away at that goal that you had in mind from the get go. And it becomes easier because then you know when you need a push and maybe when you can rest.
Yeah. Okay. So, step number 2 in this planning is visioning. So many of us forget about visioning, like really kind of thinking and visioning, like, what do I want that 3 months to look like? And I think as product based business owners, this is one of the hardest times where we feel really pulled between two places because it's the holidays and we want to celebrate the holidays and be in the holiday mood and enjoy all of the things that come with that, including family time and friends and parties and hosting. But it's also the busiest time in our business where we're like, but we have to be, in the studio making or shipping or, getting out in front of people at in person markets. And so, what we want to do is we want to kind of help you vision for the last quarter as well, both personally and for business.
Yeah. My favorite thing about visioning is that you can decide what your life is going to look like, your life and your business. And it's not, and the reason why you get overwhelmed in the holiday season is because one, it's the busiest time of year, personally and in business, but because a lot of times when you're not visioning, life is happening to you. And so when you're able to vision, what is my life going to look like? Then you're able to step into it rather than having it happen to you. And you're able to do it in a very dreamy, open way where you're not attached to anything, but you're just receptive to what your life could look like. And I think that that is really beneficial in understanding what overwhelm and just a lot of things on your plate can do during the holiday season. You can be the most holiday loving sort of person, but there's going to be days where you're going to feel like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I think, yeah, first start off. I don't know if we want to go life first. It's kind of like what you said earlier when we were chatting. We were chatting about the holidays for ourselves. I mean, one question would be, are you hosting the holidays? Are you hosting the holidays for your family? I actually never usually host the holidays. My favorite holiday happens to be Thanksgiving, but usually we have it at my parents' house. This year, I'm actually hosting because my parents are going to be in Laos. They're traveling to Laos and they're going to be there for 2 months. And I'm going to be hosting Thanksgiving because they're going to be gone for Thanksgiving and they are going to be back by Christmas. So, just knowing that I'm going to be doing that adds kind of a layer to my plate, right? A little bit more of something that I have in my brain. that I have to consider during this time as I want to still meet my goals in my business.
Yeah, and I think from a personal perspective, there's kids shows and parties at the school, there's travel and trips, there's commitments to, friendsgiving and things like that. Like maybe you go away at certain points during the holidays. Maybe you're traveling to see family. So, first, think about the vision of what you want it to feel like and what you want it to look like. If you've been in business before, like this is not your first year, right? So, you have data to go from, and your business has grown, or that every holiday season feels like it's so overwhelming because you feel pulled between all the orders you have to ship and the things that you have to do for your personal life. So, maybe when you vision this, you're like, this year, I don't want to feel as stressed, or this year, I want to have more time to be able to go to my kids' play without feeling overwhelmed, or that I can go on vacation, or that I can host Thanksgiving, right? So if you're going to do that, you're going to want to start to problem solve too on the idea of like, I vision this and how do I make it possible? I do want to set a warning though that like if you want to host Thanksgiving and you're going to have a big Thanksgiving hosted thing, and you're also going to run a Cyber 5, Black Friday sale, and you're going to be really busy that weekend in marketing and promotions and stuff, can you do both? And if you vision that now and you either start to plan for it, like, okay, I'm going to hire temporary help to help me at the holidays, or always talk about buying the pie, but like, I'm not going to do everything from scratch. I'm going to host it, but I'm going to either hire someone to help clean up after. I'm going to ask my family to stay, or it's going to be a potluck. Whatever you need to do to think about, okay, it's my biggest sales season of the year and I want to host it, or I'm going to decide that, right now I really want to push my business and grow it. Maybe this year I'm not going to be the host. So I think you just have to really kind of decide what's your vision for this quarter and where do you want to put your time and your energy, and know that if you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So pick what's best for you, going back to either your revenue goal or your vision for the quarter. What feels most aligned with you, and that's what you're going to want to pursue.
Yeah. I don't kn I think you can do both. In my personal opinion, it's not that you giving up something, like, I think you could do both if as long as you visioned it and, like you said, got the
I
support,
said if you get
got
support, or
the
you do it differently than you've done it in the
yeah,
past.
yeah, you do it differently, so that way it's like your thoughts really do become your reality, so when you're visioning for it, you vision for what that could realistically look like. And then it's like, oh, then that becomes a reality. Your vision becomes a reality because you've prepared, you've got the right support, you've made adjustments, you've set up team member roles in a really clear way or whatever it is, or perhaps you set really hard parameters on when the sale was going to end so you could do both. And that way you're kind of getting a little bit of both. So but I think that if you don't vision, then you don't know what to expect because you're not creating it. And so I think that that's an important step not to skip over, because whether or not you vision or plan for it, your life is going to happen to you. And so we want you to get as many sales as you can, but also enjoy the holidays in your life as you do it.
And then I want us to vision past it. I want you all to vision past, like, let's get to Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. People can't buy from you anymore, right? You're not in that. All the orders have been shipped out. You've done your Santa duties, everything's out. And now you get to sit down and you get to either open your presents, sip your hot cocoa, whether or not you celebrate it, right? It's a day off pretty much everywhere around the world, I feel like. Well, maybe not, but it's a day off. So,
In the United States, at least.
yeah, whoever I'm talking to out there. So I want you to think about that, and I want you to vision for how you're gonna feel. You've just
Mhm.
gone through a marathon. You've just done this marathon of what product-based businesses do from, really kicking off in September, October, November, your end of December, and you're about to approach the new year, and you're proud of yourself for all of the effort you put in, all of the things that you set up and you did to get to that day, and you're blown away because you've surpassed the goals that you set for yourself, right? You've blown your own mind. You're like, I can't believe I did that, but I did that. And there might be things that you'll change in the future, but at one point you sit down and you celebrate you. So
Yeah,
vision for that feeling, because it'll help you get through the hard times.
I love it. One suggestion, especially for everybody who's joining Multi-Stream Machine, which welcome. I love this idea of celebrating you. I think that I'm going to give you an example of what difference visioning can make versus not visioning, right? So right now, I think that for all of you that are listening to this episode, specifically our Multi-Stream Machine students, let's vision for what that could be and also prepare for it. So for example, let's buy yourself a little champagne or a little mock apple cider. Or a hot apple cider. Let's download your playlist that you're going to be listening to. Let's carve in a little section of your calendar on that day, that happens to be December 26th or 25th or whatever date that Jacqueline had said, that you go into the Multi-Stream Machine Facebook group and you share that win, right? So you can see how you can feel those ways, but also prepare to feel that way, right? To really celebrate it, to really feel in the moment of celebrating the work that you've done, but also that you will put in the work to hit that target. And so put on some Christmas music if you need to right now to get into that feeling of what that could be for you.
Hey, friend, I'm just going to interrupt this episode really quickly as it's podcast recommendation time. This month, we're all about Creator Science, hosted by Jay Klaus, which is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Creator Science goes behind the scenes with today's top creators by learning how these creators make a living with their art and creativity. Creator Science helps you gain the tools and confidence to do the same. In one of his latest episodes, Jay interviews Tori Dunlap, the founder of Her First 100K, to help women fight financial inequity by giving women actionable resources to be better with their money. They discuss Tori's journey and how she went about being able to write her first book. It was such an inspiring episode. I'd love for you to take a listen. So, listen to Creator Science wherever you get your podcasts. Now, back to the show. Hey, Product Boss. We all know that building a product-based business isn't easy, is it? But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be so hard.
In fact, when you have the right systems and support in place, you can skyrocket your sales and finally create the product business that fits your life and lifestyle. That's why we're so excited to announce that Multi-Stream Machine is officially open for enrollment for a limited time.
We've taken our 20 years of experience in building product-based businesses, including our own, which have generated millions, and created a completely turnkey system to help you scale your business and create the revenue you've dreamed of.
If you're a product-based business owner who's ready to build a sustainable and thriving business that can support itself and pay you the salary you dream of,
or get more customers to easily find you and buy from you without spinning your wheels while stuck on social media and spending money on paid ads.
Have a clear roadmap that shows you exactly how to create a plan and sell more so you can stop guessing and start knowing.
Then you're going to want to head to multistreammachine.com and check it out.
You can go through the course at your own pace, your satisfaction is guaranteed, and our thousands of alumni can tell you there's no other course for product-based businesses like it.
So friends, we'll see you in there. And then the third and final kind of step in this holiday business plan, well, there's 3 steps within this third one, but we're going to we're going to talk about the action you're going to take, right? Because our rally call in our community is action takers are the money makers. And so we've set a goal, right? We've gotten dreamy about it and we visioned what we want it to look like. But now we actually need to turn it into like a concrete action plan. So the very first step in taking action, and remember, action takers are money makers, is for you to pick the products you're going to focus on. If you've been around a while, you know we talk about bestsellers. It's not always one product. It's usually the top 20% of the products you sell create 80% of your revenue. So the same thing for your customers. They might come and buy other things, but if you're trying to sell everything to them every single day, you don't allow enough time for them to get to know you for something or know, oh, I'm going to go to that place for like Hannah Anderson, right? Hannah Anderson sells clothes for kids. But during the holidays, Hannah Anderson is holiday PJs for kids or holiday PJs for families. That is what they promote in every single thing that they do. And they sell it and they sell it and they sell it. So she wants to be known for that during the holidays, and they are going to pick the products to focus on. So that would be step number one, is picking the products to focus on.
Yeah, and bring it close to you. Like physical environment is so crucial in having you focus, right? So a lot of times we can't focus on things because out of sight, out of mind. But grab all those pajamas, Hannah Anderson, and put it front and center in your warehouse or in your office or whatever it is, so you can think about how you're going to get inspired, and how you're going to get your customers inspired. I think sometimes we try to be so efficient as small businesses that we just think, okay, I just have this wall of all the things. But what we want you to do is focus. So grab those things that you're going to focus on, those products that you're going to focus on for the holiday season, and bring them onto a special holiday table or something. And I think that that would really help.
Yeah. Okay, so step number 2 is going to be to pick and again, you've heard us say you can do everything, you just can't do it all at once. So we want you to pick one visibility channel to focus on, one that you're going to go all in on, because this time leading up to now, you will have been growing it or thinking about multiple visibility channels. If you've been in our challenges, if you've kind of gone through stuff with us, you've been trying to get a warm audience, or people that kind of know who you are. But now what we have to do is to not overwhelm you. And this is kind of like stage 1, is picking one visibility channel to focus on. Where are you going to focus on your marketing? Now,
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be like social media. And if that works for you, lean in. My secondary comment, though, is what's concrete? What do you own? No matter where you are trying to get your visibility, whether your visibility because you're doing in-person markets and you're standing in front of people, whether you're doing social media and you're trying to put your products in front of them, whether you're working with partnerships or brand ambassadors, whether you're like, my visibility is going to come from,
I was going to say sometimes people pick SEO, search engine optimization, but that might be more long term instead of short term, you
yeah,
know?
that might not work immediately. So pick the one visibility channel you're going to focus on. And my secondary tip is that you build your email list no matter what. So if you're in person, if you're working with partners, if you are working with brand ambassadors, if you are on social media, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or Reels or wherever, Facebook groups, get those people to also hand over their email address. And then when you do that, you can then contact them and try and make sales in the email, right? You can contact them and try and stay connected with them outside of algorithms. So it would be one visibility channel that you're going to say, okay, I've got my products, and then this is where I'm going to really push them, my one main place, plus I'm going to add on email if you can do that. And then the third and final tip on becoming action takers that are money makers is we want you to keep selling on your main platform. So wherever you're selling, and if it's working for you, whether it's Etsy, in person, Amazon, online, to brick and mortars, wholesale, you're doing drop offs in parking lots, like whatever it is, keep doing that during the holiday season. But can you add one new sales channel, one new place to get more eyes, one new place that you can sell? This is where people have their wallets out, and we can get in front of more people, more customers, more eyes, and you can potentially make more sales because they're ready to buy. It's the season to buy, and they might discover you on a new sales channel.
Yeah, I think that 'tis the time to test it out, because it's like a perfect litmus test, you know? People are currently buying all it's like consumer season. So it's like you can test out how that new platform might work for your business in your busiest time of year. And so consider adding on immediately. um there's a lot, like I mentioned, there's lots of people joining multi-stream machine because they are ramping up for the holiday season. They're thinking, how can I make more money and also at the same time do it with more ease? And so they are thinking, oh, okay, I can right now get onto in October, get onto, let's say, Amazon or something. And I'm going to get onto Amazon so then I can be ramped up for the holiday season, right? Other people are like what Jacqueline was saying, adding on email, and they're doing it in a way that's like, hey, join my email list for these holiday exclusives, right? Then it feels like a little bit of, timeliness to everything, but in a way that you're preempting customers buying from you and getting in front of more people at the same time, hitting those targets that you want to in a time where you might not be as rushed as if you are all of a sudden it's Thanksgiving and you're thinking, oh, can I get into Amazon now? Yeah, absolutely you could, but you might feel a little bit more rushed than if you did it right now with the group of people that join Multi-Stream Machine.
Yeah, I think if you can get set up September, early October, and then you are ready to roll come beginning of November, you're going to have a really solid holiday season. So, recap is setting your revenue goals, a good, better, best goal. Second is to set your vision for personal and business, see if they're aligned and where you can get help or um, do something differently so that your vision does align with your goals. And then number 3 is the idea of picking the products you're going to focus on, picking the visibility sales channel and continuing to grow your email list, and then continuing to focus on your main sales channel and then adding on one additional sales channel so that you can do what our students have done. Double your revenue, triple your revenue, 10x your revenue in 30 days by following this plan exactly. And so we want the same for you. All right, my friends, happy early planning for the holiday season. We're excited to see you grow. And when you start to hit those wins, make sure to check in with us. Make sure to send us a message on Instagram and say like, hey, I hit my plan, I set my goals and I crushed them. And if you're a Multi-Stream Machine student, we cannot wait to see your wins inside of the private members only Facebook group.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends, and remember, there is room at the top for all of us.